Welcome back. Now it's time to go ahead and enqueue our script files. So let's head back to footer.php and let's see what are the files we want. So this file jQuery we don't want because WordPress itself provide us the jQuery file. So we will reuse that. Dropdown, this Dropdown file is used for the dropdown. So we will get rid of this as well. What I mean by dropdown is this. On our theme here, we had this drop-down menu. For that, that drop-down file is JavaScript file was used, but we don't want to do this by this way. Rather, we will try to use some other things like we will do it from CSS itself. We don't want JavaScript to do this. So now we know that we have these two files which we have to take care, these four files which we have to take care and add it in our functions enqueue. So let's go to this here, and from here I'm going to copy this piece and let's enqueue our script files. So I will say wp enqueue script, and as I mentioned earlier, jQuery is inbuilt provided. So here I can say just jQuery, and WordPress is going to enqueue it on our uh, template for on our theme file for the jQuery automatically. So we don't have to give any path for this. Next is we need, let's say I will copy this again. So here next is we need to have the other files. So let's say this file, first file was the browser min file. So I will copy this. We have to give a name. So try to always give a unique name so that your enqueue does not get conflicted with other enqueue of WordPress or maybe of any plugin that you will install in future. So I will keep it as my theme because that's the prefix I've been using, hyphen browser. Then we have to give the path where is it located, and the path we will use is, we cannot use this path completely. If we use this path, we will be in problem. Let me show why. So I will comment this one and let's see what is this path first. So copy this thing and I will say echo and this. Let me put an exit so that the further code won't execute, and I will go to browser and reload this one. So you see this when I say the path as style sheet URI, it comes up to here, my theme, and it also takes the file name style.css. So it is up to my theme style.css. But what I want is I want the path up to here, and that I can get it with another function. So let's see. So if I copy, I will try to do an echo of the other function. So echo, and then I will say get template directory URI, get template directory URI. That's the path we need. So that will give the path up to my theme. Let's verify, refresh it. So it starts from here and it goes up to my theme. Perfect. So this is what we need, and then we can append slash assets slash whatever is the path. So slash assets slash JavaScript slash browser min. So that is what we will do. So now we can get rid of this. So this is how you can basically debug. So this is how you can debug. So I will leave this piece of code here so that it is easier for you to debug. Perfect. So now let's copy this method and go here. I will paste it here. in our get template directory. This is a function, and then we have to concatenate this, so that we will use dot, that's used for string concatenation, and then we will say slash assets assets slash, then we have to go into the JS folder that's here, and let's check. We can copy this path, whole path, that's fine. So I will copy this. We don't have to type to avoid typing mistake. So I'm going to paste this here. Let me try to pull this. And now if you see, this is enqueue script, this, and get template URI, get template directory URI with the string concatenation of the rest of the file. Perfect. Keep the cursor here and press Shift Alt and keep pressing down arrow, or Shift Alt and then continue pressing down arrow, so it will duplicate the lines for us. So next is we have to add the breakpoints JS. So I will copy that and change it here, and also change it here, breakpoints. Perfect. Then what we have, util. So I will copy this, and it's not util min, it's just util. So util, go to this and say util. That's the name of the string. It's just it should be a unique name. And finally we have the main.js. So copy this and paste it here, main, and also paste it here. Perfect. So now if we go to our browser and try to refresh, we should see all these files getting loaded. We don't have any problem with our template, but let's double verify by clicking inspect and console and see if we don't have if we get an error or not. So here, if we see, we have in the main file main.js, it's trying to access the Dropdown thing, but that's fine. We will get rid of that piece of code. That's not a problem. And we see it is trying to access some images, and from within it's we are seeing that we have WordPress assets not loading properly, util not loading properly. So let's see if we have the proper spelling. ASSETS, assets, that's correct. Main.js file, this is also not loading properly. So let's see how we can fix this path. This should be correct path, but we have to see why it's not correct. So let's fix this in our next video.